My guest today is a respected medical doctor, CEO and founder of Nimbus ID. Alex Natividad is currently medical director at Northwest Texas Hospital and has worked there for the past 25 years. Nimbus ID, his startup, is tackling internet security by using patented software to create and authenticate true digital ID without the need for passwords. This technology promises to simplify our users' life by eliminating the hassles of creating and remembering passwords. Alex, what keeps you up at night?
Every night, my fear is when I wake up, I will read new breach that has been going on in the last 7 to 9 years. Same story, but new victims. So, in essence, getting your access or your identity stolen is always my worry at night.
You've developed some interesting technology really to combat that problem. To tell us a little bit about what you're doing at Nimbus ID.
If you think about password as a never-ending problem, despite the enormous tech resources and money thrown to password, and the solutions are the same. So what we did is sort of like reimagine what is the problem in a different way, and therefore what is the correct solution. So if you think about password, password was designed as a mechanism to identify who you are, all right? So in this instance, you create an online account and you assign a username and password that's stored in your server database, and then you log in with using password. It pings the server and it matches to what's stored. Access is provided to you. No questions asked. And so two things that are wrong in that. Number one, the password is a static credential. Anything that's static can be shared, copied, and phished or brute force. Number two, believe it or not, the server, there's no power to discriminate who you are. All it knows is that the credential that was entered was correct from matching from the database. Now, therefore, how can you tell me that identifies who you are, right? So for me, a username or password, even two-factor or biometric, they are nothing but just proof of access. It's like a house key. You have a key, get it inside the keyhole, door opens. No problem with that. So I think what we need to do is reimagine authentication that will prove your identity. It proves who you are. The question is how, right? So if you think about the common knowledge of biometric, so your voice print, your fingerprint, your DNA, iris, those are unique attributes of a human person in the physical space. No problem with that. However, if you apply that across the web, since they are static, it can be copied, it can be copied, shared, or phished. Therefore, it's not a useful tool to discriminate an end user. So, what is another unique attribute that cannot be phished? Believe it or not, it's about how you think. Meaning, instead of password as something that what you know, why don't we elevate that to how you know what you know? So how we think is unique and different from any other human being. And therefore, like it or not, the human mind is the organ, right, that evaluates the environment. And therefore, my question is, why is it not me? Why don't you use me as the resource or person to prove my identity to the server?
Hey, so it's really thinking outside the box, doing a different kind of authentication, but as you described, it's really tied to your mind, which is kind of exciting. That's fabulous. Hey, Alex, if some of our viewers want to learn a little bit more about some of this breakthrough technology, where can they go? Where can they learn about some of the stuff that you're doing?
So actually our website is nimbusid.com. And they can directly email me at alex@nimbusid.com, and we always answer a lot of questions.
Excellent. Well, keep up the great work, and looking forward to learning more about your technology. And thanks so much for being a guest on the show today.
My pleasure. Thank you, Scott.